Alright, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. I was bad as hell in school. I only showed up to talk to people and to get geeked. But way back in the day, there was a trend going around called Devious Licks, and I don't know if you guys remember that, so let me set the stage for you. The year is 2022. No, the year is 2021. So, I'm a sophomore in high school, and this was around the time that I really started to kind of like act out, which I'd always like been a little bad in school, but I just started like smoking, drinking, do the whoop, But basically, the trend just started, people going around school, vandalizing, taking shit. And I found out about that during biology class one day. So I look at my homie and I'm like, I'm gonna take this stool over here. So I did just that. And it was like sixth period when I took it. So the day didn't really have much time left in it. So I pretty much just grabbed that bitch, took it in my seventh period, no questions asked. I mean, no teacher stopped me, nothing. Not even my biology teacher was like, hey bro, where's my stool at? So I leave my seventh period after no teacher saying shit to me, and I walk onto the blacktop. But see, there's an issue though, because I got this big ass stool and I'm trying to get it on the bus, but I didn't ride the bus. So I'm trying to get one of my homies who do to take it with them. And the only issue is, one, there was no way they'd be able to get it on the bus and, get it home without the bus driver saying anything. And also, I'm now just standing here on the blacktop with a stool and I can't really take it back to my teacher, so I just leave it there. So boom, end of the day, I had my lick, but I wasn't done yet. So I go home and I start planning and I'm like, well, what can I take and like put in my bag and take home with me and, claim it? And it hit me. I gotta get a soap dispenser. So I packed my bags, I took a little screwdriver, cleaned out my binders, this and that, and I was fucking ready. So it's the next day now. I get to school a little early. I'm like, hey ma, you think you can get me there like 10, 15 minutes early? I'm trying to get some breakfast, which was a lie. So I get to school and I go to the first bathroom I see. It's the G-Hall bathroom. I walk in there and it feels like the cantina from Star Wars. There's crooks everywhere, people leaned up on the wall, vaping, hitting the pen. It was just the vibes in there, I'm not gonna lie. So I walk my little hefty ass up to the soap dispenser, which thankfully had already kind of been broken off the wall a little bit. And I take my screwdriver, I unscrew it off the wall, stick it in my bag. Done deal. So 2 hours later, I'm in gym and I'm in the locker room and I'm kind of showing my lick off to everybody. And I'm like, hey, look at this. Look, I got me a little soap dispenser, right? And all the little freshmen start looking at it like, damn, we got to get us a lick too. So about 5-10 minutes go by. I'm sitting on the bench with my homie Tim and Greg. We playing League of Legends or whatever they do. And we hear this loud noise. And then we see water going everywhere. And apparently this kid named Yule, rest in peace Yule, he had ripped the pipe from the urinal out of the wall and pressed the button. So we all get the fuck out of there and we run to different parts of the school. I'm freaking out because I'm like, damn, I'm gonna get caught. And my homie Greg being like, nah, chill, bro. Everything gonna be fine. We gonna have a good day. A couple more hours go by. I'm getting lunch. And this was around like quarantine era, so we wasn't allowed to eat in the lunchroom. We had to like go get our lunch and bring it back to the classroom. So as I'm bringing my lunch back, I get stopped by the principal and he like, Mr. Brannigan, is that you? And I'm like, yes, sir. Come to my office with me. So I walk with him and he start asking me questions. He's like, hey bro, do you know why I'm talking to you right now? And guys, I did the worst thing I could have in that moment. I snitched on the homies a little bit, but let me explain. So, he asking me, what did I do? Why are you talking to me? And my little scared ass looks at him and goes, is this because of the locker room? And he looks me dead in the face and he goes, no, but you can tell me about that later. And then he makes me go get my bag out of my classroom and bring it to the principal's office. So at this point, I know I'm fucked. I'm going down. Captain doesn't go down without his ship. And look, I was a little bit of a funny guy back in high school, and I always tried to make light of the bad situations. So as I'm getting my bag out of my classroom, which everybody already knows what that's for, I look at all them kids and I'm like, don't be like me, bro. And I walk out. And in that moment, I feel like one of them dudes off Beyond Scared Straight, because it's like, that's just what I felt like. So whoop de wop, I get to the principal's office and I put my bag down and they're like, all right, go wait in that office over there. And I do just that. And as I'm waiting, I see my boy Connor walk by. A little bit of context, guys. Connor had a duffel bag full of wet floor signs. So I'm like kind of whisper screaming at him, being like, hey bro, go home, get out of here. They're on to us. They know. And he's just standing there laughing and shit, doing some goofy stuff, because that's just what Connor was all about. But he walked away and he never got caught, thank God. And then the moment finally comes when they was like, come in here. So I do just that. And I see 3 of the biggest administrators at this high school, 3 big ass motherfuckers just staring at me, fucking mean mugging the hell out of me, and they like, so, tell us why you had this in your bag. And they pull out the soap dispenser. And also, by the way, they didn't catch me with the screwdriver because I passed that off to my homegirl earlier in the day because she was also getting a lick. But anyway, I ended up giving them this like nice ass sob story about, oh, I just wanted to be seen as cool by my peers, and I didn't actually take it off the wall. It was already on the ground, and I just picked it up and put it in my bag. The other kids were kicking it around, I swear. And they bought it. But then they asked me about the locker room. And in that moment, I know I gotta throw somebody under the bus because they looked at the footage and they seen about 5 to 10 dudes run out. So I read it on this kid that was in there. I didn't really fuck with it, but he had already been to alternative school for some fuck shit, like putting his hands on girls and stuff, so I didn't really feel bad, and I didn't like his brother. Me and his brother still got beef to this day, but when all was said and done, they did the worst type of thing they could have did to me in that moment. They called my mom, and by God, she was fucking pissed. I don't think I can truly explain to you guys how mad my fucking mom was about this, because imagine you're at work, you're chilling, you're having a good day, and you get a call and it's like, hello, come pick up your son, he's vandalizing the school. And honestly, I think that she was rightfully mad, because if I get a call that my kid is breaking the school, I'm gonna be mad too. But basically, she ended up grounding me for like 2-3 months. I couldn't go nowhere. She took my phone, but little did she know, I had an extra phone. So I start getting messages from all my friends after I get suspended, and they're like, bro, we're here and you gotta pay $4,000 and this and that, you gotta do community service. And I'm thinking to myself, I hope I don't. To my knowledge, I've just been suspended and I'm on a behavioral contract, so I really hope I don't have to pay all that money. And later that night, I'm on my little trap phone and I'm looking on Snapchat, and I see all these stories talking about some free John, he ain't do nothing wrong. And in that moment, I felt like motherfucking TK, I gotta admit. And even though I was suspended from school for a week and grounded for 3 months, in that moment, I felt like the community had my back, and that made me feel really good about it. So a week later, I get back to school, and low-key, I was pretty scared, I'm not gonna lie, because on one hand, I'm like, damn, all my teachers are gonna know, everybody gonna be making fun of me. I just didn't know what to expect. But when I walked in that school building, I kind of got the same reaction somebody who would get the Congressional Medal of Honor would get. Everybody was just clapping for me. People was actually like noticing me and shit. I mean, not actually clapping for me. That's a little, you know, that didn't happen. But like, I got popular off this shit, which was weird. But I mean, it was pretty cool though. I mean, you know, all the bitches who didn't know my name was like, hey John, I saw you did that. And I was like, oh, what's up, girl? Like, damn. And the shit low-key made me feel like pretty invincible, I'm not gonna lie. But appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all like, subscribe, follow for more. Fucking, I'm just like doing this as a test run. So like, if y'all want more stories, just let me know and I'll definitely make more. But y'all have a great day. Be blessed.